A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News, come to you live and direct from the Newsfirst Centre here in Colombo. I'm Florine Rajendran. First, let's take a look at the headlines. UPFA MP Achula Jagoda defects to support Maithripala Sirisena. Demonstration in Mahiyangania over not providing flood relief. Elections Commissioner requests candidates to refrain from campaigning via mobile phones. CID takes over investigation of the Vennapur quadruple homicide. In those stories in detail now, UPFA parliamentarian Achula Suranga Jagoda pledged his support to the New Democratic Front presidential candidate Maithripala Sirisena. He made this announcement while attending a meeting of the Jatika Sevaka Sangamaya at the UNP headquarters in Sirikota. The website of the Southern Province Media Centre was launched yesterday. A notable highlight of the event was that it was attended by representatives from both the government and the opposition. The website was launched by the Chief Minister of the Southern Province, Shan Vijayalal De Silva. Subsequently convening a media briefing, the public representatives commented on the presidential election.
මිනිසුන්ට අවශ්‍ය මොකක්ද? රටේ ඉදිරි ගමන. රටේ ඉදිරි ගමන වෙනුවෙන් සුරක්ෂිතභාවය වෙනුවෙන්.
What do the people need? A journey forward in the country? You cannot find another strong leader like Mahinda Rajapaksa who works to protect the future journey of this country. What does the Compassionate Governance Program say? It has only added 500,000 rupees to the relief that was proposed through the President's budget. When you look at this, the people will understand as to whether they have the original or the duplicate Mahinda Chintanaya.
Original එකද? අපි තියා ගන්න ඕන මහින්ද චින්තනයේ ඩුප්ලිකේට් එක.
විවිධ දේශපාලන සංවිධාන මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන මහත්තයාට සහයෝගය දෙන්න එකතු වීම පිළිබඳ
Various political organizations are commenting on the supporting Maithripala Sirisena. There are various views being expressed. I wish to say that we are Sinhala Buddhists. Therefore, we are never people who would give priority to politics and place the country second. The fraud, intimidation and theft that is taking place needs to be stopped. If a mistake happened on the 8th of January 2015, the future generations will face the consequences.
මේ අත්තරදීම සිද්ධ වුණොත් එහෙම පාරම්පරා 3-4කට අපිට ඒකට වන්දි ගවන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා කියන එක ප්‍රකාශ කරන්න කැමතියි.
දුටුගැමුණු රජතුමාට අදත් විශාල ගෞරවයක් තියෙනවා. මහා පරාක්‍රම
King Dutugamunu, King Parakramabahu and King Vijayabahu, the first, are highly respected even today. This is because they have worked towards the country's unity.
තැල්ල වඳින්නත් බෙල්ල තියෙන්න ඕන කියලා. ඒ වගේ රටේ අපට ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදය, මානව හිමිකම්, යහපාලනය.
Before we even talk about democracy and good governance, we need to talk about the country's independence and peace. He is the one who brought these elements back to the country.
අපට යලිත් බිහි කරලා දුන්නේ එතුමා.
සමාජ ආර්ථික දේශපාලන සංස්කෘතික සියලුම ශාස්ත්‍රයන්ගේ දෙවන්ත පරිහානියක් වෙලා තියෙනවා.
There has been much damage done to all sectors relating to society, the economy and politics. It began with small incidents and at the end the president changed the constitution and has called for a presidential election. He says that he has executive powers, the backing of Pradeshia Sabhas and urban councils as well as the parliament to bring development to the country. He called for snap elections. This is done because of greed and for the journey of the autocratic rule. Therefore we need to remain in the stance of ending this autocratic rule.
ඒක නිසා අපි මුලින් ඉඳලම හිටපු ස්ථාවරය තමයි මෙන්න මේ ඒකාධිපති ගමන අපි නිමාවට පත් කරන්න ඕන.
A public rally was organized in Girandarukote yesterday to gather support for President Mahinda Rajapaksa at the presidential polls. A large gathering was in attendance for this rally, which took place at the Girandarukote bus stand.
මේ ගෝවියාගේ පුතා ගෝවි පුතාට පෝර සහනාධාරය අමතක වුණා.
This farmer's son has forgotten the fertilizer subsidy. He has not even spoken a word on the fertilizer subsidy. They have no fertilizer subsidy. Why? Because Ranil Wickremesinghe always thought that there is no need for paddy fields as rice can be imported for a cheaper price. So there is no need for the farmers and all the paddy lands can be filled. That policy of the UNP is being implemented by this person. So there will be no more fertilizer for the farmers if he wins. Because he is not going to win, I will state that the fertilizer subsidy will not be slashed.
ඉතින් එහෙම පෝර සහනාධාරී ගෝවියාට මීට පස්සේ නෑ. එයා දින්නෝ. ඒක දිරන්නේ නැති හින්දා එදයින් පස්සේ මම හින්දා අනාගතයේදී ඒ පෝර කැපෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක නම් අපි ස්ථීර වශයෙන්ම තමුන් වහන්සේලාට මතක් කරනවා.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa also paid homage to the sacred tooth relic in Kandy last evening. Deputy Secretary of the Asgiri chapter, Venerable Naram Punave Anandathero, initiated the religious observances and blessed the President. Meanwhile, a public rally of the common opposition was held in Boralla yesterday.
The rally was organised to raise support for presidential candidate Maithripala Sirisena. For what have they been preparing for over the past decade? They are trying to seek another 8 years without having to go for votes. The people will not allow this. The term of a president is only 6 years. While there are 2 more years remaining, he has called for elections in the 4th year. What he is trying to do is attempt to win this election, be sworn in after 2 more years, and then continue with another 6 years. You need to understand the political destruction that is about to happen. In what country or in which government did a leader continue for 8 years after an election? Have you ever heard of such a country? They are moving for more than this. This is the true situation. Since independence, there has never been a political alliance such as this. This is not a cause of a single man. This is a giant collective attempt. The government we will create is your government. It is the government of the common person of this country. There are only 7 more days for the end of the reign of Mahinda Rajapaksa. All these games will be in for the next 7 days for the Rajapaksa family. That needs to be made clear.
මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමාත් ටයිටැනික් වාගේ. ඕක මෙයා පරද්දන්න බෑ. මෙයා ඕන වෙලාවක ඕන තරම් ඡන්ද කරන්න පුළුවන්. 3 වෙනි ඡන්ද දිනයි 4 වෙනි ඡන්ද දිනයි එන ආත්මෙත් ඔය ඡන්ද.
Mahinda Rajapaksa is like the Titanic. Everyone said that he cannot be defeated. They said that he can call for any election and that he will not only win the 3rd but will also win a 4th election and even in his next life too. He is like the Titanic. He started his bid for the 3rd term in November. Finally, the ship of Mahinda Rajapaksa will collide with an iceberg. Water is flowing in and the ship will capsize. Some continue to think that the ship will not go down. What did they do? They brought Salman Khan and Jacqueline. They played the music but Salman Khan and Jacqueline escaped. All of them will go down on the 8th.
දැන් මේගොල්ලෝ තාම බෑඩ් ටියුන් ගහනවා. සල්මන් ඛාන් උයි ජැක්ලින් උත් පැනලා ගිහින් තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මුන් ඔක්කොම 8 වෙනිදා නැවත් එක ගිලෙන්ට යන්නේ.
26 දෙනෙක් කාණ්ඩුවකින් එළියට බැස්ස පළවෙනි වතාවනේ. තාම එළියට බැස්ස.
This is the first time that 26 members of the government had defected. This has not stopped. The defections will continue. This government is experiencing a landslide. All we dug up was a moat. At present, it is like the Mahaveli River causing a massive flood. This will not be easy for Mahinda Rajapaksa.
The police says that 214 complaints have been received in connection to election law violations. The police media spokesperson's office stated that 92 individuals have been arrested and that they have been released on bail after being produced before court. They further stated that the investigations are ongoing into the incident. Meanwhile, Executive Director of PAFRL Rohane Tiarachi says that they have received 612 complaints related to election law violations.
අපිට සිද්ධීන් වාර්තා වෙලා තිබෙනවා 612ක් මේ 612. We have received reports on 612 incidents and out of these incidents 85% of them are confirmed to have happened. We have classified these incidents based on violence, misuse of state property and state power and violation of other related laws. We have received 180 complaints on confirmed incidents of violations. This includes 36 major incidents. In addition, we have received reports of 18 incidents of the using of firearms. 41 incidents of vandalism of party officers. Not only the opposition, even the ruling party supporters have been affected by this.
18ක් වාර්තා වෙලා තිබෙනවා. ඒ වගේම දේශපාලන පක්ෂ කාර්යාලවලට හානි කිරීම සිද්ධීන් 41ක් වාර්තා වෙනවා. විපක්ෂයේ ආධාරකරුවන් විතරක් නෙමෙයි ආණ්ඩු පක්ෂයේ ආධාරකරුවනුත් මේන් විපතට වෙලා තිබෙනවා.
Welcome back to the news. The Election Secretariat noted that the public will receive the opportunity to place their postal votes tomorrow. Additional Elections Commissioner U. Amardas noted that persons who are unable to place their postal vote on the allotted days will be provided with this opportunity. Meanwhile, a meeting was held for representatives from all political parties and groups. Additional Elections Commissioner U. Amardas noted that discussions were held with regard to activities for the upcoming presidential election.
A certain group carried out an attack on the residence of chief organizer of the UMP for Beliatta. A correspondent noted that no one was injured in the incident. However, several motorbikes parked in close proximity to the area were damaged as a result. Meanwhile, a UMP campaign office located in a 17-mile post in the Karuvalagasrava district secretariat zone was attacked by an unidentified group. An unidentified group attacked a UMP supporter in the Attampete area in Halyala. He was admitted to the Attampete Zonal Hospital and later transferred to the Badula General Hospital for further treatment.
Meanwhile, Election Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya requests all election candidates and supporters to avoid campaigning through mobile networks. Issuing a communique, the Elections Commissioner stated that they have received complaints with regard to presidential candidates campaigning via mobile networks. The Election Commissioner says that the political parties have been utilizing text message services to carry out campaigning activities. In this communique, he states that all parties must refrain from using text message services for campaigning that is being done without the consent of the subscribers. He added that measures have been taken to inform telecommunication services to halt such practices. Moving on to the other local news, 2 homicides were reported from Mirigama and Dambula. An escalated verbal argument between 2 groups in Keshe and Mirigama resulted in a stabbing last night. The victim was a 26-year-old and 2 suspects have been arrested over the murder.
Meanwhile, a woman was stabbed to death in close proximity to the Dambula weekly market last evening. An individual was taken into custody at the Galkiriyagama area in relation to the incident. Investigations over the quadruple homicide in Venapur have been handed over to the Criminal Investigations Department. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana said that investigators are focusing their attention on the security officer who was serving at the house of the victims. The bodies of 4 members of the same family with their hands and feet bound were found in a pit used to dump coconut husks in Lunuvilla yesterday. Among the victims was a female doctor attached to the Lunuvilla hospital. Investigations have revealed that she was married to a businessman. SSP Rohana added that investigations are continuing at the crime scene.
6 persons sustained injuries when a pickup jeep toppled over on the Colombo-Trincomalee main road. According to sources, one of the injured is in serious condition. A pickup jeep belonging to the Kantale Municipal Council met with an accident in close proximity to the Kantale Spillgate en route from Colombo to Trincomalee. It has been reported that the driver had lost control of the wheel while travelling at excessive speed. The injured were admitted to the Kantale Base Hospital, while one individual who received severe injuries in the incident was transferred to the Kandy General Hospital. Railway services from Jaffna to Kankesunture will commence today.
Railway Superintendent L.A.R. Ratnayaka said the journey that commenced this morning will enable services from Kankesunture to Jaffna. Speaking to Newsfirst, Ratnayaka noted that previously train services along the line that commenced journey from Colombo Fort only reached up to Jaffna, but from today this will be extended to Kankesunture. He added that from tomorrow the general public can travel from Colombo Fort to Kankesunture.
In some weather news, according to the Disaster Management Centre, clean-up and renovation has commenced on 25,000 houses damaged due to recent extreme weather.
Assistant Director of the Disaster Management Centre, Pradeep Kodipilli, stated that 6,500 houses have been completely destroyed due to the inclement weather, while 18,500 other houses have been damaged. He noted that estimates on the expenses for renovating these houses is currently being prepared. Pradeep Kodipilli added that steps are underway to purify wells contaminated during floods in several areas. Meanwhile, 40,000 people have been displaced in several incidents of landslides and floods.
And that's a wrap of lunchtime news here at News First. With the News First team, I'm Florine Rajendran, wishing you a wonderful weekend ahead of you.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.